Okay, so I'm filming this on the back-facing camera. I have no idea what it looks like. This is my second time filming this because the first time I filmed this, I rambled way too long about books I have already read, considering this is a video about me doing my August TBR. This is me doing my August TBR. I have a puppy behind me. I hope everything works out. This is a different setting than I filmed my last video in because I have to sit downstairs because I have a puppy. Things have been hectic this week, to say the least. But I'm doing my August TBR. I recognize we are kind of late into August. I'm filming this on the 8th. I'm hoping to put it up on the 8th. We'll see if that works out. But I really wanted to do this, and I was going to do this earlier this week, but things got crazy because of said puppy. So here we are. I have several books on my TBR. As I mentioned in my July wrap-up, I have been doing themed reading for myself in order to kind of navigate my TBRs, keep me from reading slumps, keep me reading something interesting, always finding new stuff to read. This month, similar to what I did last month, I am doing series. Last month was a heavy focus on me getting caught up on series that I've been meaning to get caught up on, me reading standalones that I've been meaning to read for a really long time. I know it's not a series, but like it happened. And then also me starting series I've been meaning to start for a really long time. This month continues on with me working on series I've been meaning to read for a really long time. I have one series that I've been meaning to work on for a really long time that I'm going to be reading this month. I don't think I have any other. I have like one continuation. I think I have my stack next to me. But the rest of it is I'm starting series that I've been wanting to start for ages. So I'm finally going to get around to them. I also have a couple graphic novels that I want to read this month because I read Heartstopper earlier this month, but it like renewed my love of graphic novels. So I'm going to hopefully read a couple graphic novels this month that I'll talk about. As always, most of my reading is done through audiobooks. I do own physical books of most of the books I want to read this month though. So we good. Currently, I'm in the middle of one book. I am reading one book on audio, at least. I'm in the middle of one physical book as well, I guess. But the book on audio I'm currently listening to is Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. I'm like 70% of the way through this. I started this today. I'm super enjoying it. I do understand why people say that it's kind of slow, that there's not a ton that happens, but I am a person who loves character building, character development, world building, magic system building, all that kind of stuff. So to have kind of a slower book, I'm enjoying it, and I'm really excited to see where this series goes in terms of after this book. I assume the action is going to start based on how the plot has been so far. So we'll have to see. Right now it's shaping up to be like a solid 4 stars, but I said that about my last read and that ended up being a 3-star. So hopefully this one's better. For the graphic novels that I want to read this month, I have 2 in front of me, but we'll kind of see. I have several unread on my shelf that I want to try and get to. Sorry, I know I'm like losing my mind. But the first one I really want to read is Fence Volume 2, The Spiciest Cat, Johanna the Mad, and Joanna Lafuente. This is a fencing graphic novel or comic. It's very short. I think this is technically a comic. But I read Fence Volume 1 and I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. And I know Fence Volume 3 is coming out relatively soon. I got an email from Amazon that's like, we have an updated shipping date for you. So I want to read Fence Volume 2, so that way when Fence Volume 3 comes out, I can read it. The first volume didn't have a ton of excitement, if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't in love with the first volume, probably because they're shorter, because they are comics, not a graphic novel. We think like a graphic novel is a lot chunkier. Yeah, so Fence Volume 2. I also would really like to get to The Prince and the Dressmaker. This is by Jen Wang. She participated in Real Life. I think she did the art style for it, if I'm not mistaken. I think she did the art style for it, and I really loved the art style in Real Life. It's another graphic novel. And I've had this one probably on my shelf the longest in terms of unread graphic novels, which is why I want to get to it. It's about a prince who wants to wear dresses and his dressmaker, essentially. But it seems super cute. I've heard a lot of people say really good things about it, and I'm really excited to read it. The physical book that I'm currently reading is The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. I am not super far into this. I'm like 40 pages into it. This is a fantasy with a caste system with bird names and all the different bird-named cast people have different affinities, like fire or blood or refuge. Crows don't have an affinity, and they're also immune to this plague that's been going on. And they are tasked with removing these 2 dead noble people from the palace who have died from the plague. And then they find out, spoiler alert, they're not dead, and they have to help them fake their death. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not super far into it, so I can't say much about it, but it's a fun read so far. The rest of the stuff is stuff I'm hoping to read this month. Some of the stuff is stuff I'm definitely going to be reading this month. Some of the stuff is I've been in the middle of for a really long time that I want to work on. But I also have a couple stuff that I don't have physical copies of that I'll talk about. So I have physical editions of most of the books I want to read. In terms of books that I don't have a physical edition of that I'm going to be reading, I have Crest by Marissa Meyer. That is the 3rd installment in the Lunar Chronicles series, so there's not a lot I can say about it, but Lunar Chronicles, for the 2 people out there who don't know what it is, it's fairy tale retellings in a sci-fi setting. I'm really enjoying it. I gave both Cinder and Scarlet 5 stars. I'm hoping to enjoy Crest as well. And it fits into my theme of working on series that I've been meaning to work on for a really long time. My dog is on the move. Never mind, she's not coming in here. In terms of books I'm in the middle of, I've been in the middle of God's Grave for 2 months, and so I'm determined to finish it. I only have like 7 hours left of the audiobook. Lily! Lily, come here! I can't open the cider for you, baby. She's gonna be really mad at me today. But I'm determined to finish this. Lily has some thoughts about the new puppy. But I only have 7 hours left of the audiobook. This whole segment's crazy because my dog's making noise in the back, so I've been having to like tell her to stop making noise, so I have no idea where I've started and stopped. But I only have 7 hours left of this audiobook. I'm determined to finish it. I really enjoyed Nevernight. I really enjoyed what I have read of God's Grave. It's just kind of like mentally exhausting to read because there's so much going on and there's so much backstory and all the footnotes. So it's kind of just a lot. So sometimes I take a break. I did the same thing with Nevernight. So, yeah. God's Grave. Plus, Dark Dawn comes out pretty soon, I think, in the next couple months. So I want to make sure I have God's Grave finished by the time we get there. Lila, I can't open the door for you. She's gonna make me open the door for her. Lily, if this dog goes outside and eats everything because you made me open the door for you, we're gonna have some words. We're gonna have some problems. She's like, freedom! Yeah, that doesn't mean you get to go outside. Okay? My mom called and told me I shouldn't let him sleep too much, so here he is now. I have to make sure he's awake because he has to sleep during the day. Because I have to sleep during the day. But, so I'm going to have a puppy in my lap. I'm sorry if I'm a little distracted. Plus, I also need to make sure he doesn't go outside. I have no idea where I was. I think I was finished talking about God's Grave. But yeah, I'm hoping to finish God's Grave. Enjoyed the first book. This segment's a mess. Moving on. I have a couple books coming in to me from the library soon that I'm hoping to read this month. I know I have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern coming in that I'm hoping to read. I think this is supposed to be in within 2 weeks, and I'm really excited to read it. He's like, can't you just let me sleep, please? But I'm really excited. This is a book I've been meaning to read for a really long time, and I know Starless Sea is coming out soon, so. The Night Circus. It's about like magicians and circuses. That's all I know. I also have Truth Witch by, is it by Susan Dennard? Maybe. I have that coming in from the library. I have The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Audier coming in from the library. I'm not sure what Truth Witch is about. To be honest, it's just a book that I've had on my TBR for a really long time, and I saw it was through my library. I could get it on hold. The Wrath and the Dawn, I believe, is a story about this like evil prince who takes a lady every night and then kills her in the morning, and then the main character is going to be the next lady. So I'm going to read that. Because the problem is he's just going to fall asleep in my lap now. I also have a couple books that I recently bought in Audible's most recent summer sale. It was like a $5 sale on a ton of different audiobooks. And I was really sad because I have so many books coming in from the library that I can't get to all the books I'm super excited that I bought in that sale. But some of the books I bought in that sale that I'm hoping to read soon. I bought Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I do have a physical edition of this, and I actually did start this earlier this year. But I do have the audiobook edition as well, and I'm really excited to read this. I've been wanting to get into Sanderson for a really long time. I know I have Mistborn coming in from the library, but that doesn't come in, I think, until September. I think I have 5 weeks on that. I also have, oh, and he's down. Door's open, you sitting with me. I also have a book I've been wanting to read for a really long time, and that is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I got this by V.E. Schwab, and I also got Vicious by V.E. Schwab, both in that audiobook sale. He is chewing on my book. Puppies are a menace. Sir, what are you trying to eat? He's currently trying to chew on my dad's magazine on the table. I have Lillian coming. Everything is a mess. But I'm really excited to read both of these. I got both of them in the audiobook sale, as I said. They're both books that have been on my TBR for a really long time. Again, starting series, getting into series have been mine to read for a while. Kind of just pulling the trigger on it. And then the last book I'm going to mention is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I read Six of Crows in July. It was a reread for me. This is also going to be a reread for me because I really want to read King of Scars. I finished the Grisha trilogy in July. And then I am going to finish Crooked Kingdom in August and maybe read King of Scars. I have King of Scars on audiobook and physical book, so I'm hoping to get to at least Crooked Kingdom. Maybe I'll get to King of Scars. We'll see, maybe towards the end of the month. But that is going to be it from me, you guys. Me, my puppy, this incredibly chaotic video. I don't know how I'm going to edit this. Everything is a mess. I'm trying my hardest. I'm not good at this. See you guys later in my next video. Say bye, Oliver. Say I'm a menace, Oliver. Okay. Bye, guys.